I grew up in a small town in the Carolinas, about one stoplight, nice little gas station. They have a Dollar General now. My dad's a pastor, so we had a church out there, and I grew up, you know, the son of a preacher man, and kind of lived that lifestyle, got to meet a lot of different people. It's just kind of a mill town. It's a very slow pace kind of town. It's the roads that you go down and the farmers on the side of the road, and traffic's kept up because there's a tractor in front of everybody on the road, and just good-hearted people, you know, people that love people and would give the shirt off their back even if it was the last shirt they had just to help out somebody.
In one moment everything changed, 2 hours got washed away, where mercy found me.
Growing up, I listened to a ton of different bands and tons of different genres, really. My dad loves Southern gospel and sang in a Southern gospel quartet, and my sister sang, so she loved music as well. So music was a big part of our family, and I listened to, you know, everything, Southern gospel bands, and I grew up on like Third Day and in the Christian side, and some bands I love that I've always kind of watched and followed is the Wallflowers, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, you know, Springsteen, Tom Petty. Anything 90s rock, really, is kind of what I lean towards. And that was just straight up good rock and roll.
And I know, this I know, that with you it's gonna be alright.
I forget the age I was at. I think it was like 14 or so. My parents got me a drum set, and that was my first instrument. I played drums in the worship band in my dad's church, and that's kind of where I got my start. And one day they asked me to come off and sing a song. I came off the stage and off the drums and walked over and sang a song for them, and it was that. It was pretty much horrible. I remember asking them, those around me, like my mom who was on the front row, I was like, what do you think? Did I do good? And did I do all right? And they're like, yeah, you sang the song, the whole thing. So I was kind of scared, but they never let me go back to drums. And so I started playing guitar and trying to get better at that. Got an acoustic, played bass some, but really tried to focus in on singing and playing guitar, because I really enjoyed that, the chance to write and, you know, try to just make up stuff on my own and try to see what happened when I sat down with the guitar.
Here we go again, the devil's at my door.
We grew up in the church, you know, always there, going every Sunday night, dinner on the grounds, Wednesday night meals. I enjoyed church until I hit my teenage years, and so I was over it. I started getting mixed in with the wrong crowd. I started, you know, messing with drugs. I started doing this and doing that, just like whatever Rhett wanted to do. And that's when my girlfriend, you know, got pregnant, who is now my wife of 8 years this year. And we have 2, you know, beautiful kids. But that was kind of the moment where I started to realize, you know, man, this living life on my own and doing what Rhett wants to do is not taking me anywhere. And so that's when I started grabbing the stuff that I'd been taught from my parents and the scriptures that they had prayed over my life and constantly, you know, put in front of me to read and lean on. And that was when I was like, man, this is who Christ is. He's love and he's grace, and there's redemption, and that's kind of what changed it all for me.
And on my knees I'll be found. All I need is you.
After playing guitar and singing and doing that for a while, I really tried to dive deeper into writing music, writing songs of my own. And from the get-go, I wanted it to be honest, you know, truthful songs that didn't stray away from anything that I felt needed to be said. And You know, if Christ is really who he is, which I believe he is, then I have nothing to hide. And, you know, at the end of the day, he's God. He's who I answer to, and I want to share that with everybody else.
Brother, don't you know, no one is too high to fall, no one is strong enough to make their own way. Brother, don't you know, we're all just beggars and thieves in need of the very same grace, the very same.
You know, there's the three things that I always say, and that's my faith in Christ. You know, I'll always share that. My love for my family is never ending, and I'm going to take care of them no matter what. And then my love for my country and what we're doing in this country, and how Christians should stand up for who Christ is and not stray away from that just because, you know, it's not the cool thing to do.
You say, come to the river, oh, and lay yourself down.
This record for me is just about who God is and who Christ is in our lives. You know, I lived that life, and I received the grace and the redemption and the love that Christ is and who he is in my life. And that's what I wanted to get across with this record to anybody that hears it is, you know, no matter how far you feel away from Christ, he's right there. But that grace that we receive, it comes with a calling. We can't just be sitting idle, you know, with this love that we've shown and not go share people. And I don't believe if you've witnessed that love and that grace that you can just hold it in. I mean, you want to tell people because everybody else out in this world is dealing with, you know, the same things, the same stress, the same struggles. And so, you know, what better than to share Christ? He's the answer.